everybody. Hi, Pushpa, how are you?
Hello, sir. I'm good. How are
Good.
you?
I'm fine, thank you. Right, we've got Aslina here as well.
Hi,
Uh,
Prof.
Hi, Alisa. Ah, we all look like we're in different places, and Chan has taken himself to the beach. But there you go.
Yes.
Uh, uh, Morna is here, Noshkin is here. Right, hi, welcome. This is our fifth,
Fifth.
fifth class, fifth.
Fifth. Fifth.
Huh?
Yeah.
Does that mean this is the only second last time I will see you?
You
Oh,
can
great,
see me every day, no problem, bro.
great
I
sadness has befallen me.
I'll send my picture to you. You can see every day.
Oh, well, at least there's this thing called overdoing it, like, sending your picture to me is not a good idea. Right, okay, good, good. You know, there's one area I wanted to cover with you, partly because I don't know whether I'll ever get a chance to work on innovation and entrepreneurship with you guys after this. But this one is very good learning and very interesting. Alistair, it will change your life. I mean, seriously, what a better way to spend a nice Tuesday evening than to have something change your life positively, though, positively. So I think it's really worthwhile. Hold on while I switch off uh, my music. Uh, at least I'm switching on my music. Other people, God only knows what they're listening to. We have no idea. Okay, let's see. Oh, I've been missing someone. Suddenly my class looks very, very small. Hmm. Very interesting.
I can
Uh,
remember Lisha is not here. Then also Yogeshini, is it? I mean, we're youngest of our classmate. I think. Yogi. I forgot the young lady.
Lisa.
Orang pun young lah, cantik.
20 plus only or after only finish degree then straight away MBA like wow. I mean very young lah, I believe so. Below 30 years old, definitely.
When you get to be my age, someone who's 50 is young.
Yeah, I think so.
It's
Prof,
true,
Prof, Prof, very curious. So our last class will be Tuesday evening also, right? Same timing like today,
Tuesday
right?
evening also.
Oh, okay.
I have no idea why. Is it the following Sunday also? Monday was also a holiday, is it? I'm not sure.
I don't think so, but I mean that's what I saw in the SIS and also the Urox. I mean the SSS lah. I say like
No,
two classes Tuesday. That's why.
I know.
Yeah.
I'm okay with that. I'm fine.
Uh,
I really am. So that is why I want to sediakan payung sebelum hujan lah. Don't mess. I tell you, Alistair, my peribahasa is something else, okay? It's something else. So, um, or as the English would say, it's Murphy's Law. What can go wrong will go wrong. So, or kita sediakan payung sebelum hujan. That means I'm going to teach you this one simply because this is such a wonderful class. No other reason. No, not because it's Wednesday, nothing, or Tuesday. Because it's such a great class and because I want you to learn this, guys, it will transform you. It will put you out there and make you special. Chan, make you special, right? And I think that is the trick. You don't believe me? You all don't. I know some of you are looking at me like, are you sure? Are you for sure, sir? Are you sure? I'm telling you, Pushpa, you just gave me not much, not much. I asked you for about, say, a little bit longer, say about 33 minutes and 14 seconds. That's all. And then you tell me whether you're special. Because you go out there, oh my goodness gracious me, after this class, after this class, everyone will inadvertently know that, ah, this Ashikin, she did an MBA. I wonder where she did it. Different. She talks so different. Some of the words she used, I don't even understand. I don't think I can use. It's true. Chan, you don't laugh. Lah. Chan, you see, he thought he knows all the words, but Ashkin is gonna go there and here's the word, guys. Ashkin is gonna go out there and slay. How's that? I'm sure you all are shocked that I know the word, right? Right? You're
Yeah lah,
shocked.
Prof, you're so Gen Z lah, slaying it.
There you go. This girl is on her way to Success Street. That's for sure. Slay. Later on after class, when you all are free, you all explain to Chan what it means. I don't think he's so sure. Um, okay, right. So now let me see. Firstly, the first trick is always to find the slide. That is always the first trick. There you go. I really like this Zoom thing. Zoom is so much easier. Remember, you all remember or not? I was telling you about the thing that I wanted to work with you guys on instrumentation. Guys, this one is very powerful because I think I did discuss it before about your ability to assess something objectively. That is the purpose of instruments. You understand? You read everything, literature review, you read theories, this and that. The problem is oftentimes you are deciding based on emotions, feelings, this is the problem. Yeah, you understand business because you studied business. Oh, you learn about product life cycle, all these. Maybe you learn how should I say, what should I say? You learn marketing, you learn, all those things you learn, right? So this one will be quite different, right? So we're going to look at, guys, we're going to look at market testing instrumentation. I don't want you to do anything. I don't want anyone to do anything. I just want you to sit comfortably and just think about what you see on the screen and what I'm saying and think about it, right? Think about it. Does it make sense that it makes sense? And think about your own organization, your own experiences. That's all, right? Don't worry about the notes because definitely we'll always give you the notes on no problem. So what I want you to just think about, so that, guys, on a Tuesday night, these 35 minutes will make it worth your while so that you will walk away from here. You walk away from here, your husband and wife will say, she went in a girl, she came out a woman. I'm not sure if that makes any sense. But I'm trying, Pushpa, I'm trying my best. I'm lost for words. It's hard. Okay, guys, the instrumentation, I'm going to take you through this. Just a few slides, it'll blow your mind, okay? Listen to this. The preamble, how to quickly, how should I say, make your dreams come true. This is what we want, isn't it? Making our dreams come true. I say, this is where we want to go. Whatever your dreams might be, right? Doesn't matter, right? Because many of you tired of working, 9 to 5. Every morning you drive in the jam 1 hour, 2 hours, you come back 2 hours. It's tough, isn't it? It's very tough and it's hard. And on top of that, the work might be difficult, right? When I was running the office here for EPUB and paper after 2000, it was a very tough job because to hit the targets very difficult. Hit the targets very, very difficult, and the contracts are the contracts we sign with China and all these places. You make a mistake, you can lose a lot of millions. So it's really, really very challenging. And so after a while, sometimes you feel like, do you seriously still want to do this? So the question is, are you a dreamer? Are you passionate? Okay. Do you want here's the trick really. If you want to achieve your full potential, sometimes if you work in some place, they give you an opportunity. Azlina joined, she says they find that her work is good. I tell you what, we're going to start a new company, a spin-off company, we'll put Azlina in charge. Suddenly Azlina has a chance to show her leadership skills, her motivational skills, right? Not she's now in charge. And then it becomes very exciting. So a lot of us in different ways, we are trying to achieve our full potential. That is the thing, right now. It's always like that. So the trick, guys, in any case, is always to be specific about your dreams. Uh, most people are not specific. I want a good life. I want to be happy. What does that mean? It's very vague. It's uncertain. And when it's uncertain, it's hard to achieve. Okay. Maybe you want freedom from work. Maybe you want to make lots of money. Maybe you want to join a big blue chip, maybe Google type company, right? Or maybe you want to help people. Even helping people, if you want to do good deeds for community, you must be smart. You must be able to do so many things. Kalau tidak, you just imagine, I tell you, you are one person, you say, oh, I want to help people. You go and help yourself. Lah. Go and help. Lah. How many can you help? You seorang saja. And, but like in my case, and this is a real story, where we did research for uh, for what? Thailand, Vietnam, Singapore, Indonesia, got funding from Canada, use the funding so that we can change policy, so that women can be uplifted and empowered and can earn the same salary as men. Especially in this, we really did it in Vietnam. We changed the policy, the government policy. In Vietnam, there are 80 million people, 40 million are women. And for the same job, all women earn lower pay for the same work. You understand? So if I myself go and help people, I'm only one person. But if I can use my skills, my research skills, and which we did, right? Which we did, we used the research skills, we presented to the government, to policymakers, this and that, right? And able to change the policy so that women will get equal recognition. And how many people are affected? Almost 40 million. You see how powerful it is or not? So one is you can do it yourself, it's good. But if you can use your skills, you can help people. There are many ways to do it, and depend on what your dreams might be. Okay. So, having said that, the the important thing is, right? The important thing is think big for higher potential. When you want to run a venture, if you run it small, the chances of failure is very, very high, right? So don't think too small. Small often means the odds of failure is very, very high, right? And if you do entrepreneurship, if you want to start something new, it shouldn't be something like, oh, I don't like my job, so I go and sell goreng pisang. I don't like my job, I go and sell nasi lemak. That shouldn't be the way, right? It should be an objective that you go for, right? So that if you run it a little bit bigger, your chance of survival becomes very, very high, okay? So the key question for new ventures always is it interesting or is it important? What does this mean? And this is a question from Stanford Research Institute. This is a question from Dr. Curtis Carlson, who came down to Malaysia. I spent a whole week with him, And Curtis Carlson said, in Stanford, they always ask the question, is it interesting or is it important? How do we apply this? So let's say Chan decides. Chan says, oh, okay, I want to open a cafe. That's my new business. And we're going to sell coffee and cakes. Then Ashikin says, oh, I want to open a business, but I have developed a new product. This is a syringe. A syringe, a syringe is like for
Jarum.
jarum like that lah. But
Mm.
it's also got the back part, isn't it? Where you put the medicine inside lah. Hey, hold on. Why am I doing this? I have a pen. I keep forgetting I have a pen. Not this.
Yeah, Prof is a good artist.
Yeah, that's my reputation precedes me. I know. That's what all the students start saying after a few of my classes.
Next
Y'all
time I
are
meet Prof, I need to get your signature, your authorization, your authorize.
Please do not interrupt. I am trying. This art of work all is not so simple, You must focus. You don't play. This is not easy. You all don't know. Yeah, this is a syringe. A syringe. So Chan says he wants to open a cafe selling coffee. Okay, good. Ashkin says she's come up with this new syringe. Why? What's special about this syringe? I'll tell you what's special about it. This syringe, you know, in Africa and many parts of the world, even young babies get AIDS, young little children. Why? Mostly because of the needles. The needles they use and the same needles being used across different people. Even though the nurses are advised that, hey, you mustn't use the same needle. But sometimes in their sibuk, they are busy, kan? They end up using the same thing and they infect even young children, not to say adults also, of course, right? No? So Ashkin has developed this syringe. Why is it different? Because this syringe, once you push it down, right? The plug point here, you push this thing down, it cannot come up again. Bermakna, once you use, you tak boleh pakai lagi. You kena buang. So what does this mean? Firstly, it is very necessary and it can save lives. So now my question to all of you, between Chan's business and Noashkin's business, which is interesting and which is important?
Mine is interesting. Shikin one is important.
Exactly.
Agree.
Exactly. So this is a question one asks for new ventures. If you want a new venture to be successful, this is a good question. And in Stanford, they will ask this question. Bila you datang, you got a new idea. Like, many people got ideas, right? Many people got good ideas. They come, you ask the question, is it interesting or important? Right. So that can help you to decide also, Stanford research. So that was very interesting. Okay, let me just take that out. So that's the syringe, guys. The second question that Curtis Carlson will ask is, will you champion the project? What does this mean? Anyone who comes into his office and says, you know what, we've got a great project, we have got this idea, that idea we can run and it's good and everything, then he will ask, will you champion the project? If you say no, that's it. It dies there. He's not going to invest in it. He's not going to support the project. Why? Why is that? Why does he say that? He will ask, will you champion the project? Because if Ashkin comes to me with an idea, so she got the syringe and everything, then I will ask her, will you champion the project? I mean, you believe in this project, you came up with this project, will you run it? Will you run it? Why does he ask this question? Because you must have passion. Because it's a long journey. It's very difficult. Ashkin come say, oh, boss, I got this project, really nice project, really good idea. Ashkin, will you run it? She said, no. Oh, I'll give it to Pushpa. Oops. Yep, Pushpa will run the project because she's an employee. You ask her to do, maybe she will do. But is she interested? Not really. She's not passionate about it. You see the point here? Why does Curtis Carlson ask this question? And that's a good question. It's something for us to learn. The person who's interested in the project must run the project. You cannot say, I'm interested, but I don't want to run it. Somebody else can run it. Oh, this is the first misstep. That is why you find a lot of projects in Malaysia especially. They get the project, apa dia buat? They don't take it themselves, no. They get the project, give to my cousin lah, give to my brother lah, give to my somebody lah. The guy who's running it, he's not interested, but he needs the money, he just runs it lah. Eventually the project won't work. True or not? So Curtis answer. So guys, this is the other basic, this is very basic, basic thing that you must remember, right? So having creativity, having innovation and all is good, but in order for it to become, to be able to bring it to market and make it work, you need some of these basic fundamental factors, right? So entrepreneurship and innovation, creativity, all that comes within this can help you get you there. How? How's the question? How? The important thing to remember is in this case, when we talk about entrepreneurship or new business ventures, it's a contact sport. It's about doing. It's not about reading a book. Yeah, you can read the book, you can understand, it's good, but it must apply. That's why I say in my class, if you're listening, you must always say, hey, is sir talking about something, does it make sense? Boleh pakai ni? Betul ke? My experience, my work experience, does it resonate? Does it resonate? Remember the word resonate. Does it resonate with you? Okay. So, you must come up with, remember we talked about remarkable ideas, sound business plans, and so on, right? And everyone can learn. That is the trick, right? Everybody can. Right? If you remember, one of the key things I said the last time was what? Consumers don't care about you at all. This one you can ingat at the back of your mind, because then you'll have a sense of urgency, right? Right. If not, you find that you'll be very difficult to survive. Why? Because we talk about choices. Remember this one? Guys, ingat that. Choices and time. See the difference? For those of you who don't remember, check my notes. I'm, I'm just bringing you into the subject by helping you to recollect. And then somebody really, really smart and sharp went out and did a study. What did they do a study on? They did a study on total on early stage entrepreneurial activity. Can you see here? Total early. This one was done across 77 countries. Right? I know the author very well. Very nice guy, very friendly one, this guy. Good looking also. But never mind. The point is, if we talk about potential entrepreneurs, Azlina, stay focused. I don't want any laughing in the background, okay? This is not acceptable.
I saw your name.
Yes, oops. I just, I'm checking to see whether we all are paying attention or not. See like Alistair and all. I don't know where he's gone to go and go and get his coffee or something. I'm not sure. All of you all are very bad. Anyway, guys, pay attention. Potential entrepreneurs believes and believe people who think they're confident that they can do something. They have an intention to start a business. They start a business nascent, new, right? And this particular stage, the blue one, is where the dropout happens, right? The dropout in the early stages. Can you see? This is the dropout stage, guys. So we must, if this is the dropout stage, we must fix this. Bermakna we must fix it here, this part here, right now, before it goes here. Remember, failure rates are very, very high. In the first 2 years alone, 85% of the businesses will fail. And it's very important for a country to make sure that business survives. So some people say, what for lah, some people have a very, unfortunately, a little bit of a selfish attitude lah. You know what they say? Why must I help somebody's business? What's in it for me? I give you one simple example. What happens when you see somebody driving a big car? How do you feel? For many people, okay, what do they feel? Jealous lah. Jealous. Jeles. You thought my bahasa no good, right? See, I spell jealous correctly. Yeah, ramai orang, oh, kereta besar lah dia, big car lah, he drives a big car, like that. But actually, you must be very happy. When somebody drive a big car, siapa-siapa pun, you kena be very happy. You know why? Can you imagine the amount of tax he's paying? He's paying a lot of tax collected by the government and given back to you. Betul tak? It's true. It's true. The tax in Malaysia is very high for cars. You see a big car, clap. Habis, because the guy is paying. He's paying for you. You must be happy. So the same way, in business, if you and me, can help somebody, they run a business, they pay taxes. right? Taxes. Who will benefit? Indirectly, you will benefit, me, I'll benefit, everybody benefits. The pie becomes bigger. People have this thinking that, oh, this pie, if I give you, I got less. No, no, no. If you help them, it becomes bigger. And so many more people will benefit. So you've got to keep this thinking in mind, guys. Right? So that is why this study was done, we did in 2012, 77 countries, covering 90% of the world's economy. Okay? So it's a serious thing here. So this is what I'm saying, right? Basis of it all. So remember, we said with too many choices, people will ignore you. You're a new business, people will ignore you. I'm trying to re-emphasize this one just to draw attention to the urgency of the matter, why the instruments are very important, so that you understand. Okay. What is my customers paying? It's a very good question, right? They always ask this question. Is there a compelling reason for them to be my customer? Is there a compelling reason? If John opens his cafe selling coffee, yeah, there is Old Town White Coffee, there's what? All kinds of
Starbucks, Coffee
stuff.
Bean.
Everything.
Yeah.
Hokkien coffee, oh, you name it lah. Any coffee you want, you name it. It's not compelling. Someone like Azrina will go, she will have a coffee anywhere she wants, right? But because she's rich, like in my case, won't have. I have sky juice. I go back and make my coffee. So every business will die because of me. Bukan apa. I don't take any sugar. And most of them are putting a lot of sugar. So, so how to determine market opportunity and ensure high growth? Here it is, guys. Okay. How to determine market opportunity and ensure high growth. If somebody says, I have a creative idea, I have an innovative idea, I want to blah, 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 do all this, how to determine? Well, I'll tell you. The first thing you do, there are two instruments that you will apply consecutively. Means first, apply the first one, then apply the second one. What are the two instruments? Well, the first instrument is called, it's called high growth instrument by, I don't know. Again, somebody I know personally, very nice guy, good looking chap. Okay, fine. After you apply high growth instrument, because you want to determine, you see, remember at the start of this slide, what do we say? Go big or go home. Itu saja. Don't waste your time. Chan, if you open a business, open a cafe, enough to pay for your meal, to pay for your car, to pay for your house, and then you live like that. Don't waste time lah. Go work somewhere lah. Buang masa saja. It doesn't change your life. Betul tak? Right? It's a waste of time. And the risk is so high. Buat apa? No need. Right? Don't. That's the first thing. And Xavier's instrument will show you that. Next is, remember this one? Barney? Now you see, Barney sustainability. So what do you want to determine? Two things, high growth and sustainability. Because there's no point having something fantastic and you cannot hold on to, right? Very quickly you'll lose it. Okay, so fine. So let's start this first. The first thing is Xavier's high growth instrument. Now to apply Xavier's, you need three simple, what's that word there? I can't see. Assessments, yeah, three simple assessments to apply Xavier's, okay? I will show you, I will tell you, and I'll give you examples to help you understand it. So if you listen, you will know one, all right? Three. The first one is the idea, because we always test the idea. Is the idea scalable? Is the idea scalable? Now, what do we mean by scalable? Okay, I put some words here to explain. You can, when you have time, you read it, the words. But I give you an example so that easier for you to understand. An example is Norton antivirus. Why we say Norton antivirus? Let's think about it. Norton antivirus, when they first come up with this idea for, now of course there are many antivirus, but at the time, when they come up with the idea, they would put 30 engineers into a room, and these software engineers would come up with an antivirus software. Right now, let's say they work for 6 months. But after the 6 months, it's done already. The software is there already. And the software is there. Now, when we say scalable, what you will notice about the software is this. If Azlina wants to buy one, I tell Azlina, the software is very good. It's amazing. I'm selling it for 100 ringgit. So Azlina says, yes, fine. Then I can send to her. I just press one button, I'll send the software to her. She pays me, I send it to her. Then Pushpa says, okay, I want one too, because I'm afraid of all these viruses, right? So she pays and I send it to her also. No problem. I press one button. Nobody else needed. No more. The engineers are all gone already. My cost is almost like nothing. Now I can sell it to one person, or I can sell it to 1,000,000 people or 10 million people. And my cost doesn't go up. You understand? My cost doesn't go up. That is why, guys, Bill Gates is one of the richest men in the world. Software. He's sending it to you. He's sending it to you. By the way, who's using Microsoft 11 now? Is 11, right? Version?
Yes, Windows 11, yeah.
How is it Windows? Windows, how is it? I just got mine today.
Plus minus about the same, but definitely there are some features. I mean, the UI a bit different.
Is it? I hope it doesn't affect anything now. I mean, with the sometimes some of these versions the new ones are even worse than the older ones. Because someone
So far, okay.
so far okay. I hope so. I just got mine. Actually, they were bugging me for some time, but I was doing important work. I did not do it. So it's like they caught me, so I did it. But so anyway, this is what scalable means. Does that make sense to you guys? First thing to understand the word scalable. Pushpa and all of you all understand what scalable means? It means that you can produce or the output so much with very little marginal increase in cost. Right? So that's one. Okay? That's the first question. Is it scalable? What's the second question? Is it replicable? Is it replicable? What does replicable mean in this case? Okay? I put some words here to explain, but let me give you an example. An example is like, for example, McDonald's. McDonald's is everywhere. McDonald's started in the States somewhere, and it's everywhere. So there's a McDonald's in Singapore, there's a McDonald's in Kuala Lumpur, there's a McDonald's in India, there's a McDonald's everywhere. And chances are, if you enter that McDonald's, you get more or less the same thing, isn't it? Let me call it the same thing. They have reduced every feature of what they do to make it the same. Can repeat. No big deal. It's standardized. That is why companies like McDonald's, university leavers, maybe they are on holiday for 3 months. Come and work lah. Come to McDonald's. 3 months also can work. Why? Because in order for you to fry the chips, I'll tell you, this is what you do, and you follow the sequence A, B, C, D. IU ikut saja. Isn't it? So the person who come and work part-time, okay lah, work after 3 months, they go lah, it's okay. Another guy can come in. Easy. Everything is standardized, replicable. You understand? What's the opposite of this? The opposite of this is one machi stall. Because that machi is now 80 years old, only she knows how to cook the food. Nobody else can. That's not replicable. It's not replicable. So the other question we ask is your business replicable? Because if it's replicable, it can grow. I can repeat it. So instead of just making money from one place, I can make money from many places. Right? So that's the second question. Okay, so that's something to think about. Third question is it long-tailed? Now, what kind of monkey is this? Long-tail is a statistical term. Okay, it's a statistical. So this is a question I want to ask. Is the business long-tail? Where's my pen? Yeah. So if you look at this one, if you look in statistics, I'm just drawing you the graph. Sometimes the graph appears like this. And it goes long this way. We say it's we say it's skewed to the right. It's skewed. That's the word. It's skewed to the right. So it's like this. You notice, see, here is long. How come like this? I'll tell you. Many times, when you want to buy a book, like sometimes I want to buy books that I cannot get in Malaysia. I cannot get in Kinokuniya, MPH lah, and all these bookstores I cannot get. Right? Why? Because they don't keep the books. Because in a bookstore, it's constrained by the four walls right now. They won't keep lah. A bookstore will keep what type of books? Maybe a magazine lah, and maybe a book about Tun Mahathir, maybe famous. Maybe a management book, standard management book, which I know none of you read. And then maybe got magazine, uh, fiction. Fiction you all read lah, very good lah. All these are not real. Magazine, dan lain-lain. So all, this is very popular. So it's a lot. So the curve is like this. So but in the four walls, they keep whatever that most people want. Okay. Then some joker like me who suddenly want to read a book about platforms. Platform. I'm reading this book now lah. Tell you, I don't bluff you one. In the reading through platforms. This is a new book 2024. This is a Washington DC book lah. You all can get it. I can't buy it here lah. You gotta buy it from Amazon. I'm very careful. If somebody reads something, I gotta read it first. I think I'm Singaporean lah. I'm not sure. I was born here, but sometimes you can't tell, you know.
You can test the DNA, bro.
Huh?
Test your DNA.
Hello. A lot of Malaysians is equally kiasu, okay? I'm kiasu when it comes to reading, that's all. Which is why when I go running, I ran just now, I ran 10K, you know. And I go running, then I'm supposed to run with a low heart rate. Tapi masalah, I told you, if I see somebody in front of me, then I'm running after them. Then the heart rate go up. Then the training is gone. Nonsense. No discipline. This is called no discipline. Anyway, coming back to this bookstore. So a bookstore has got all these common books. Right? Then there's one joker who wants to buy the book platform. Here, he's here. That joker is here. He wanted to buy platform. Nonsense. Nobody else wants to read it in the whole of Malaysia. Okay. And another guy wants to buy another very good book. My favorite book, which unfortunately, I haven't finished reading now. The Origins of Power, Prosperity, and Poverty. This one is called Why Nations Fail. This is thick book. Darren S. Moglu. You can't read this one. Why Nations Fail. Oh, guys, I'm telling you. And there's another book. This one I read already. I told you these books. I don't know if I told you last week or not, but since we're at home, then I can show you. In class, in university, I can't show you. This one is called The World is Flat by Thomas Friedman. Still workable, this book. It's about technology and how it flattens the world. Damn cool, this book. I share with you because my own cousin or nobody wants to read one of them since those guys. None of them. As you know, what to do, all this. So I rely on my students. So
do you have your book with you, Dr. Roland?
Which book,
The one that is, you said that was it's in the National Library. Do you have a copy with you at home?
Copy. In the introduction, I already put, you can download the book No, the other book, that one. That one, I'm trying to look, it could be somewhere. I'm sure I have it somewhere. Afterwards, I check. Knowing my wife, she probably threw it away, but never mind. What to do? It's like that, life.
Okay.
But like I told you, Lisa, my books are amazing because
that's why I'm eager to see.
I know it's a cure for insomnia. At
Yes,
night,
I want to
just
sleep
take the book.
also at night. I can't
You,
sleep, so I thought reading your book might just help me.
I know. You all are very bad. I don't know. I tell you, tomorrow if I die, I go straight to heaven. I say, how come you can go straight to heaven? Haven't you sinned and done bad things? No, no, I haven't. I paid for it already. Why? Because I had classes with these students. So
No.
I have, I have done all my punishment is here. Okay, anyway, coming back, y'all don't digress. So this guy want to buy platforms, he's here. Then there are other people like me, or who want to buy that one person who wants that book, that one person who wants that book, that one person who wants that book and that book. Okay, not what everybody wants, but there are many one persons out there. Okay, so guys, what we are saying is this part is the long tail part. So if your business your idea can take, mop up the long tail part of the opportunity. This is very good. Very good. Okay, let me give you another example. Okay, let's say if Azlina says, "Oh, sir, I'm going to start a ink cartridge business." She wants to sell ink cartridge. Oh, that's good because everybody uses ink cartridges. Then Asina said, I got many ink cartridges, mine is a long tail business. That means, bermakna, I sell the normal ink cartridge. I also have this one here. This part, I can take care even the different ink cartridge also I have. So I got long tail lah, betul kan? But, so in order for me to test her, to test whether it's long tail or not, we will have to ask her, hey, but Aslina, the amount of printers that are out there, banyak kan? There are many, many printers. There's Brother printer. There's so many models. There are new models. There are old models. So many. Can you tell me that if anybody walks through that door and give you a model and asks you, will you be able to supply? What is your answer? What is your answer? So if that answer said, no lah, maybe some model I don't have, then you cannot say it's long tail. Yes or not? But if she says, oh, Ken, what is the model? You tell me. Casio, whatever, I guess. But chances are she probably can't. Yes or not? Because too many. This is how you apply it. You ask this question, right? A good example is restaurant. Kalau restaurant, can we say that it's long tail? Very difficult. Many restaurant will sell only a certain amount of things within the restaurant. And then they sell maybe chicken, they sell whatever lamb lah, they sell all kind of fish lah, all right, isn't it? And then somebody will come along and say they want something else. I'm sure you go with your family also kan. You duduk sana, one person vegetarian lah, one person tak boleh makan ni lah, tak boleh makan tu lah. I was talking to one of my cousins the other day. So I said, yeah, very difficult. My mother, very hard. She want to eat this, very difficult. Ini tak boleh, itu tak boleh, susah. He said, you susah. And then he told me his story, lagi susah. Everybody, the father, the mother, the sister, everybody eat different things. One don't eat chicken. One eat this, one eat that, one eat that. Right? So I don't know. So my point is, this is what we want to think about, guys. Is it long tail? This is the question. So you've got to understand this one in order for you to be able to apply it. So this is the third one that we ask question. Okay. Right.
Prof,
So yeah, sorry.
Prof, just want to ask, I mean, based on my understanding and experience, is it the requisites like number one, number two, I think makes sense lah. I mean, most of the big business, they technically cover one and two, but number three, is a bonus or is also a must in the requisites?
We'll come to that shortly.
Okay.
Let me ask the owner of this instrument.
Okay. You can ask your friend, your good friend.
I'll ask my friend, that
Yeah.
good-looking guy. We'll ask him.
Yes.
All right. So what? This is an example of long tail. I put these words up for you to read if you want later on. Huh? A good example is Amazon, right? Amazon, you can buy almost any book from them. And if you watch the tracking at Amazon, you will watch the tracking and you will find sometime the track the how should I say the indicator goes to different parts of the US before it comes to the shipment out, you know. Bermakna when it goes to the US, it's going everywhere to collect the book and bring the book to the warehouse and then it's shipped out internationally, like that. But their service is amazing, right? It's amazing. I tell you, it blow your mind. Once I ordered 3 books, you know, from Amazon, and it was supposed to come in 2 weeks or so. But after 3 weeks, it didn't come. I just wrote to them. You know what they did? They expedited 3 more books on super fast. I think in 2 or 3 days it came now. And then after 4, 5, after 3, 4 days, the actual books arrived because it came to Post Malaysia. The guy sat on it. But you know something? Amazon never questioned it. When I said I didn't receive, they didn't even say a word. They straight away sent it. Chan, it blow your mind. Their service will blow your mind. And then I wrote to them and I said, I had the book. They said it's okay. So now what happened? Now I got 2 cents. And also because, as you know, I'm very poor. So I always sometimes buy second-hand book from Amazon. Cheaper lah, Aslina, cheaper. Right? Aslina is looking at me now, thinking, poor thing, this guy. He wants to read, but he has to buy the second-hand book. So tak apa. Right? Sedih ni. So I buy the second-hand book. But you know what? When the book comes, it's new. It's new. You know why? They have second-hand books, but they don't wait. They don't wait. Service is stopped. If the book is not there, whatever they have, they give it to you first. You are the customer. They give it to you. The book has not even been opened, you know. And I paid second-hand price.
You made the right choice.
No, yeah, what I'm saying, but look at their service. Look at their service. And that is why today, chances are Jeff Bezos will be the first trillionaire in the world. Is likely to be the first trillionaire in the world. It's just crazy. It's just too crazy, right? So try it one day if you have a chance. And hopefully you will have, I have ordered many times. Actually, I prefer to buy from Kinokuniya here. I don't know whether MPH is still open or not. MPH closed down.
I think some outlets they close, but some outlet reopen. I think TRX, I think they open one, you know.
Oh, is it? Oh. Because around here somewhere, I think they closed or something. Subang Parade, they closed. So yeah, maybe they did. But there you go. It's very challenging. So Amazon is a good example. What do you call the search engine optimization? How do you do that? So as such, a business should have at least to answer your question, one, I'm not as strict as Bania. Let me put it this way, right? But don't forget, remember what I told you the last time? I don't like Barney because he came up with that idea first. It was mine. It was mine, but he came up with it first. So the only thing I can do is add on to it. So your business should have at least one of the 3 characteristics. It must be scalable, or, note the word or, replicable, or long tail. Now, why do we have this? Remember the purpose of this instrument. The first instrument is to test for what? High growth. So basically, my premise is this. If it's not going to grow, don't waste your time. Don't waste your time. Not going to change your life. Don't waste your time. Go do something else. There are too many people out there running businesses and they shouldn't. Right? And they're good people. Not to say they're bad. They're good people. They are better off working for somebody. They are more useful that way. It's something to think about. Okay. So the point is this. This is where it comes in. If it does, then you go on to apply Barney's success. So if you can get one of this, if you can discuss and evaluate and see that it hits scalable or replicable or long tail, then you go and do Barney. And you all remember Barney or not? Very simple. Barney is an instrument. Is it valuable? Yes or no? We ask this question, right? What do we mean by valuable? Valuable can mean many things, the process, the networking, right? Skills, abilities, maybe doing something fast. Valuable is a very broad general term. Or maybe it's just a good idea, right? So you have to determine whether it's valuable or not, okay? Yes or no? If it's not valuable, because Barney's standard is also very high, isn't it? It's very high. Then you must ask the question, how can this be overcome? And note, you are now asking the right question. So how can this be overcome? Secondly, is your idea rare? Remember this, guys? Yes or no, right? What does rare mean? Uncommon. Rare means uncommon. What's an example of a rare business? Common business, kedai runcit lah, one-stop print shop lah, cafe lah, common business, isn't it? So, guys pagi makan pagi. That's the business. Guys pagi makan pagi kind of business. Right? Uncommon business, here's an example. He's just a printer, but he's the greenest printer around. This printer doesn't have customers in Malaysia. He has customers all from Europe who wants to have the, what they call the Sustainable Forest Initiative license. That means everything they use is environmentally friendly. So when he charges people for the job, what is the charge? It is all in euro or US dollars. It's quite unique, uncommon, not what everybody else is doing, right? So what do we say? We say, kais pagi makan setahun. Setahun. Actually, it's setahun. By the way, Aslina, this is mine. It doesn't, this peribahasa belongs to me, right? I came up with this. Kais pagi makan setahun. Setahun.
Azina will help Prof to file into the Dewan Pustaka for this peribahasa.
Now, you know, actually, setahun lah, not tahun. Makan. What does it mean? That means you must do something that makes a difference, makes money. That must make money, right? High profit margin. Of course, some of my students pandai lah. Oh, sir, this one illegal business, sir. Nonsense lah. What we mean is, must be a workable business, repeatable business that gives you a high margin. Guys, pagi makan, pagi, very difficult, very tough. And failure rate is going to be high. Okay. If you're wondering why the Chinese letters are there, we're teaching this in Beifang, China. That time. Yes or no? If it's not rare, how can this be overcome? It's a question we ask. Okay. Thirdly, can your idea be copied? Remember we said, can it be copied? Yes or no? What does copy mean? Can others do the same thing that you are doing? Right? Copying. Copying happens everywhere. You don't think that, oh, people won't copy me. Everybody copies. You know the cases between Apple and Samsung. Apple says Samsung copy. Samsung say Apple copy. In the Korean court, Samsung win. In the US court, Apple win. Both swing each other. But they are still around. But Nokia never copy anybody and now gone. So the moral of the story, Chan, better copy somebody.
Prof, you open up us internally to copy each other assignments already. You open the loophole already for us.
Yeah, don't worry. I've got 10 it in to back me up. So copying is, you must be aware that people will copy you. So what can you do? How do you protect yourself? Even big companies go through it. What about us small people? You run a small business, people will copy you. You must protect yourself. So you can use pitch mark, for example. Pitch mark is the international copyright, whatever method that you can go to YouTube to check that out. So does your idea allow for substitution? Remember I said, can it be substituted? Yes or no, right? Different goods that can people use. Remember I talk to you about going from KL to Penang, right? Now, which way? You can go by train, you can take a bicycle, you can, that sort of thing. Yeah. If it can be substituted, how can this be overcome? So all these questions by Barney, most people don't realize that, yeah, it's hard, but then this is a question you should ask and discuss and debate, right? Whoever's with the business idea, say, hey, how can we overcome this? What should we do? Is it possible? This sort of thing. This is key. So in applying Barney's situation, your business must meet all criteria. Remember what we said. Barney is a must, right? Just now mine was all the way. That's the difference, okay? So your existing business or new business idea, is it valuable? Is it rare? Can it be copied? And is it non-substitutable? Okay. Only then can your business have a sustainable competitive advantage. Okay. So these instruments allow you to ask the right question. Allow you to ask the right question. Okay. So essentially, applying both the Xavier's in tandem with Barney, you can have a robust business, something that has got high growth, that's feasible, and is sustainable. Because if your business is sustainable, but if your business is kais pagi, makan pagi, it's not really worth doing. Right now, you put in a lot of effort. You've seen a lot of people put in a lot of effort. They work very hard. They are good, honest people who are doing good work, but putting the effort in the wrong place. Itu saja. Right? So we need to be able to look at it and see what we can do. So tomorrow, if Chan's brother comes to him, Chan's brother say, hey, Chan, I want to do this business. What do you think? Chan straight away look at it and say, yeah, this one cannot do. Then they get angry with you. Yeah, Chan, jealous. You know, our family is like that. Even friends will say the same thing. But if Chan says, let me think. Meanwhile, very cleverly in his brain, he is running. Is it scalable? Is it replicable? He's running the Xavier's instrument. Tuk, 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 tuk. Hey, guess what? This business is replicable, you know. Meaning to say that once he do it, he can standardize it and just grow. Like an Old Town white coffee or something like that. It's possible. That's the first step. That means Chan is already thinking that, okay, now how is business going to take you to the next level? Right now. You look at Old Town White Coffee, for your information. I know a lot about that business. Why? Because the general manager rented my house here in USJ. She was renting the house, so I asked her a lot of questions because I say book. So I asked her, you know, Old Town White Coffee, when they started, they know already people going to copy them. Sure one. Maybe they change the name a bit, but they're going to copy. So they went very fast. Within the first 2-3 years, they got 50 to 100 almost branches all over the place. They did it on a franchise basis, on their own basis, whatever, but it went. So after 5 years, you copy, never mind them. You know why? Because they already made their money. They're already gone. They're on a cruise in the fjords in Norway. Meanwhile, you are starting to copy. Too late. So sorry. Right? Too late. So this is the trick. So Chan will be thinking, yeah, okay, good. Can replicate, or Chan may say it's scalable because like Amazon can replicate like McDonald's, you know. So he's thinking. So he says can, then he starts to apply Barney. Valuable, rare, substitutable, can it be copied? Now, after he determines that, hey, this one can work and he's discussed it and is satisfied, now is the time to say what you should do. Now's the time. After doing that, now's the time to look at a business plan. Now you write a business plan. You know why some people say, hey, you want a good idea, write a business plan. No. Have you ever written a business plan? I have, more than a few real life businessmen. And one of our plans actually caught a big fish, 30 million Sing dollars. It takes a lot of time and effort to write a business plan. Sangat susah. Sangat susah. If you're writing a real business plan, it's a pain. When we were writing it, we don't even know a truck driver how much to pay. You know. System analyst, what should the salary be? You know. Many things you don't know. Yeah, you ask me about marketing. Oh, I know marketing. Operations a bit I know. But the other things. So writing a business plan is very hard. My recommendation to you, don't write a business plan. Test the idea first. What's the point of writing a business plan if the idea is not working? That is why when I was doing the consultancy for CIMB, for the vendor development program, right, to assess the vendors, others were looking at the finances and this and that. No. Management, tak bagus lah, all nonsense. Must check whether the idea can work in the first place. If the idea is bad, you put the best person. You put Azlina as the CEO also won't work, even though she's so good. Yeah, the idea. So we must fix the idea. Not to say we buang saja. No. Okay, this idea is not good. We must fix it. How do we fix it? We ask the right question. How to make it replicable? For example, I gave you the example just now. What did I say? Oh, run a restaurant, it's not replicable lah. Sebab this one, the makcik is running it lah. Only she know how to cook. The sambal is different. The rendang is totally different. Actually, you all don't know she put ganja lah, but that's a separate issue lah. The point is everybody keep coming back. So everybody keep coming back. Pushpa, you know lah, some place you go and makan, you always keep going back, right? Because you like the food. You don't know. It's so anyway, so this makcik stall is running very well. That only she knows. So what must you do? You must take the recipe and create it, make it standardized, so that and put it in a packet. Maybe mungkin you say it's a secret recipe lah, kan? That one you can keep secret, but you have it. You manufacture that. Then you open a branch. Then you can ask Ashikin to become the cook lah. Pushpa can become the cook lah. Chan can become the cook. All right. Morna can become the cook. Why? Because now it's replicable. So we ask the right question, we can fix it. So suddenly that one shop become 50 shops, 100 shops, open in Indonesia, open all over the world. So this is how you can think about it, guys. And also remember I told you, if tomorrow your children, somebody, or God forbid your husband, the worst thing in the world is a man and an idea. The worst thing. They will take the idea, even though it's a crappy idea. Sorry, Achan, but it's just the truth. The man and idea is the bad thing. Right? You must assess the idea. Right now, you say, hey, hello, what's your idea? Let's look at it. Let's ask the question. Not to say I don't agree with you, but let's test the idea. Is it replicable? Is it? Then you do Barney. You do Xavier's, then you do Barney. Then you can see. And if somebody says they really, after they do these things, if you sort it out, ask them to write a business plan. Because if you can't write a business plan, don't do. Because you have not considered anything at all. I tell you, a restaurant just opened here in Taipan. Can you believe? They don't have delivery service. They don't even have QR pay. What planning is this when you run the restaurant? Betul tak? Siapa nak bayar? Who pays with cash nowadays? They don't have. They ask me for credit card. I like a duke. walk in like a king, only holding my phone because I am sophisticated. So ask to pay, tak ada wang. Turn to the wife lah. The wife got handbag, got credit card. I cannot pay. You see, Chan, how sad. How sad, but actually I was quite happy because my wife paid. So nowadays, Aslina, next time I selalu suggest that restaurant. We go there lah. It's okay.
Bro, next time more trendy. You either use Samsung Pay or Apple Pay next time.
I know that. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. This shop. I mean, you spend I tell you, $100,000 doing the shop. You should at least pay me $50,000. Sit with me for half a day for 50,000. I can save you, man. I'm not kidding you, man. Nobody realizes it. I tell you, honestly, based on my experience, if somebody wants to set up a business, whatever you want to do, spend half a day with me. Of course, my fee is 50K lah for half a day. You spend that time, but I tell you, let's say you want to run a business, half a million. You sit with me for 50,000. Maybe at the end of that 50,000, you will say, I don't run the business. It's okay. You still save 450,000. Betul guys, again. You still save 450,000. Right? But if I tell you go, then maybe you make 50 million. So come on. Come on. Right? And I'm giving a chance, ringgit lah. I didn't even say US dollars. See, Chan already made his money. That's why he's by the beach, sitting under a coconut tree. I hope nothing falls on his head. Chan, you're very bad lah. You make us feel all like we are suffering like that. Anyway, this is just some exercise lah. So after that, you can do a business plan. Business plan means you break it down and you do. I'm going to show you some key points, not something that you can read on the net. On net, you can get whatever information on business plans. And now there are softwares to write business plans as well. But you see, business plan writing, you can use a software memang cepat sebab they will update the back end accounting, all that they will do. But that's not it. The minds of the person who's interested to do it, that person must be involved and a few other people, and then you're working together, and that should be the best way. But anyway, just to once you say there is high growth, and then the second thing you said there is sustainability, you pass all that, then you do the business plan. What must you do? Sound business plan. Remember, plans are worth, but planning is everything. Because plans are worthless because the minute you write something, it's outdated, basically what we're saying. Right? But you still need to plan anyway. Okay. The first thing you ask is, are you in tune? This is the better way to write a business. Get advice, get a sounding board. Yeah, I'm not talking about the technical aspects of actually writing the plan, but the key things to think about is that you need to have a sounding board. Bermakna, you decide, if Azlina decides to do it, and she must go to somebody more experienced and say, hey, what do you think? Can you give us your idea or something like this? Right? Get some opinions. Don't just rely on yourself. Don't be clumsy. This one can apply to my assignments as well. Okay. Why? Because your spelling, your details, your team, right? All those things which you need to get investors to invest in your business because you want to grow big. You cannot say, I got 500,000, I run it. No. Maybe you need 15 million so that you can really take off. That's the first round of funding. And then you go for the second round, right? But because you want to go ASEAN, you want to go through Asia Pacific, like that. That's interesting, right? So get all those things right. You need a rigorous business model, right? A rigorous business model. What does that mean? How will you make money? You must be able to show in your business plan, how will you make money? For example, if you look at Facebook, you use Facebook, you don't pay anything. But what is their business model? Right? So they have a business model, isn't it? How they make so in the same thing for your business as well, how do you make money? You must be able to show. Right? Some people make money from the product itself. Some people make money because of their market share and their approach is different. Right? So nowadays there are many different ways of making money. Okay. Highlight your business value, right? This is important when you do a business plan. Okay, now what's that mean? What's special about your business? This is very important. How is it different? How is it differentiated? What's your value proposition? These are key questions you want to be able to answer in your place. Destination. That means what? That means where do you want to take your business? You have all of this, but where do you want to go with it? Do you want to run it for the next 50 years? Or do you want to run it for the next 5 years? Right? What is your exit plan? It's very boring to go and say, I'm going to run a business and then forever, the next 20, 30 years, I'm running this business. My God, it's so boring. It's so boring. It should be that you say, look, I'm going to work hard, 5 years, that's it, and I'm out. I'm done. I'm selling the business, I'm gone. Right? Because I need to head to Port Dickson because my yacht is waiting.
Go
Azlina,
Nivea lah. Go Klang lah,
Azlina,
Prof.
Azlina, tapi sekali pergi sana, apa ni, sampan saja. So make sure you get your business model correct. Destination, guys. The other thing, keep it simple. Keep it simple. When you write a business plan, don't use any big words. Right? Why? Because some business plans are very technical. Maybe it's something scientific. Some business plan can be scientific, but you must understand the people who are reading it. They will not understand, right? They may not be in your line of work, especially technical work. They got all kinds of abbreviation, TAT lah, SAT lah, apa makna dia, right? Even the word tech spec. Some people say tech spec, tech spec. What is tech spec? Some people may not know because they're not in this line, So it's something that we can think about. Keep it simple. Number 7, tell it truthfully. This is another thing. Mention the good, the bad, and the ugly. Don't go write a business plan. Everything is perfect. Oh, good. Yeah, we'll make money. We are gonna make money. 50 million a year, guaranteed. There's no downside. This is a sure win game. You sound like a con man. Those who sell you all the
Confirm
good
scam.
bars, Bitcoin. You're laughing, You bought, how many Bitcoin you bought?
Just a fraction, Prof.
Be careful. All this investment. Bank Negara has caught how many? How many people have invested in a lot? I had a friend chasing me to invest in this thing in New Zealand. The money I say, you invest in, what is it? Something. And he said,
Property.
oh,
Yeah.
what is it?
Property, is it? No.
Not property. It's some kind of investment scheme. I don't know what you buy. I can't remember what it was. But here's what it tells me, oh, but this one, you must, minimum is 2,000. And then, but must watch the graph. Must watch the graph. The only thing I'm watching is Netflix. He wants me to watch a graph. Okay, never mind. I watch the graph. He said, you must watch the graph. And the money, Aslina, cannot give you, no, because it's from New Zealand. The money has to be sent somewhere else. And then from there, he'll send to you. Begitu. Sounds very good. Sounds, I never invested that. He chased me many times. I don't know why, Aslina. Everyone thinks I got money. I don't know why. Why, Chan? Actually, I
Because you
got.
know the handsome friend called Xavier. That's the
Oh yeah,
thing.
yeah. He's okay. He's doing okay. He's not too bad. He's doing
Because of
good.
the guy, lah. Yeah.
That guy, I think so lah. I think that guy talk too much. So people talk he's very, very good. So that's the thing. Y'all don't talk so much. See, so the guy chased me, chased me, and then old friend lah. So then he said this, that. He want to come show me the thing. I said no lah. I said no, no, no. I still said no because I said no lah. This is for me. If it's too good to be true, then it's probably not true. And true enough, Aslina, after I think sometime the Bank Negara clamped down on the thing, and that was one of the companies lah. That was, and other orang lain, they put in a lot of money in this thing. It's very sad lah. Very, very sad. So I had to be really careful. Don't be too greedy. But at the same time, when you do your plan, every plan has a weakness, kan. something can go wrong. You must tell, because the person who wants to, come on now, if somebody wants to invest in you $10 million, they have to know, isn't it? They should be aware, and they are not so, they are quite smart also. So you must be honest. That's one thing we were like that. In every presentation that we did, when we were going to look for the VC money, we told them exactly what it is. Whether they accept it or not is up to them. Then after that, we walk away. So that's something to think about. Focus on the cash flow. This is very, very important. How will you meet your weekly, monthly payments, commitments? Sangat penting. Even down to the electricity bill, your rental. Let's say, for example, if you need a premises, whatever you have to pay for. So your cash flow must cover that. This is very important because that's the lifeblood of the company. Benchmark. Always compare. Whenever you're doing a business plan, compare with your competitors, even people around you. How are they running? What are they paying? What is the market rate? Things like that. So a lot of people know about it. A lot of people don't know about it as well. Right? What's the market rate? You don't know. What's the price of mutton? Huh? What's the price of a goat? Huh? Do you know? Unless you're in the industry, you know, again. You know. But you're not in the industry, you don't know. So you must check. Whatever you're doing, you're comparing. Contingency. This is very important. What if your plans go wrong or too right? If the plan goes wrong, we know lah. That means you must have a plan B again. But how come if the plan goes too right, why must that be a problem?
They cannot cope.
You cannot cope. Chan, you're right. Because you only have, let's say you got 10 million and you plan to sell this unit, say 2 million units per month. Suddenly the order 10 million units. What will happen to your cash flow? Everything will get stuck, isn't it? You have a big problem. And that also can be a problem for the company. So it mustn't be wrong. It mustn't be too right also. Too much orders. So you need to be able to manage that. So if you don't have enough orders, what is your plan B? If you have too much, what is your plan B? So this is how you do a business plan. This is something people don't tell you. This is something you don't see in how to write a business plan. Usually they don't talk much about this. They talk about the technical aspect, but they didn't talk about all these other things that other over and above. The rest you can read, but this one you can think about. And if you have a partner or something, then you can discuss that. So that's it, guys. That's it. That is it. Those are really wanted to share this with your class because I think firstly you are interested, and also because I think if you are interested in entrepreneurship and understanding it, you should. And hopefully some of you can think about maybe doing tomorrow your PhD in entrepreneurship as well. Because in my opinion, entrepreneurship or creativity or innovation, any one of this you do, it's going to be important, right? Especially innovation management is going to be important in the future. At one time, the most important thing was knowledge management. So Bank Negara used to send a lot of people to Australia to do their doctorate in knowledge management. But that one is now old already. So entrepreneurship and innovation will be always needed by countries. You know why? Because one of the big problems in countries is what? Always employment. You need to provide your citizens with employment. That's why the current government and the last one and all, they're not thinking about that so much, which is a bit. At one time, we had a minister of entrepreneurship in Ministry of Entrepreneurship Ministry. We had one. I think it was during Najib's time, then now no more. But what I'm saying is you need to do that because if you create employment, then people will have a job. People have something to do. Kalau no employment, what you don't have proper job creation, what everybody become? Grab driver. Betul tak? Everybody become Grab driver. Is that a solution? No. It's very going to be tough for them because when they get older, it's hard. And there's no light at the end of the tunnel. If you become a Grab driver or delivery guy, yeah, when you're young, many students now, do you know that 10,000 over students didn't sit for the SPM, Are you aware? They didn't even sit. You know why? Many of them thinking, apa lah aku dapat degree gaji 2,000 lebih buang masa. I jadi Grab driver 3,000 4,000 at least straight away. Can. But is that correct? No. There's no light at the end of that tunnel. And the light that's coming at the end of that tunnel is the light on a train that's coming towards you. It's good. Yeah. So for 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 countries or states or anywhere, this is necessary. I'm only saying this because maybe tomorrow Azlina might become a minister, or Pushpa becomes join the ministry, Chan becomes a chief minister. Who knows? Then maybe you remember me lah. I can come and help your state lah. Maka provide employment so that pick some good ideas, provide some good funding for these people, guidance. That's it. Imagine all it takes is one person. Imagine Air Asia, just one company. After a while, it was hiring 6,000 people. Because of one person or two person, 6,000 people ada kerja. You see how powerful it is? Because it's entrepreneurship. Because it's Schumpeterian. Remember? It's that. So this is important. So if you understand how important it is, then you will realize. Did I tell you we conducted a class for Najib and his cabinet?
No, you didn't mention.
That time, Najib was very interested in innovation. Nothing to do with the class, just to let you know. So we conducted a closed door lecture. Najib and Muhyiddin, that time was the deputy, and the cabinet at Marriott Hotel, near Kajang there, the Marriott Hotel, closed door. So they flew in myself, they flew in a professor from France, and another professor who happened to be here with me. Oh yeah, the guy from France and the other guy from the US was Curtis Carlson. I told you Stanford, right? Curtis Carlson, Stanford Research, he was here as well. So we conducted it for them. And that day, I remember very well, Azlina. You know why I could ingat that day? Because it was Najib's birthday. So after the event, they just outside the door, they put a big cake, cake besar. So to celebrate his birthday, like our Prime Minister again. So when we conduct the class, in the first seat, Najib, second seat, Muhyiddin, and at the back is the cabinet. That time the cabinet all appeared. Najib said, you all must attend. So they come. Then, so after it finished, so we come out, the cameraman, all that, and then to cut the cake lah, Najib. You know, Chan, Pushpa, you listen to this sad story. Najib is going to cut the cake. Najib is standing here. Somebody stand here. Somebody stand here. And I'm standing here. So they took the picture of Najib cutting the cake, came out headlines in many newspapers. Many newspapers out. Najib, this guy, they cut off this side. I was standing here. I told my wife, I was standing there. I was just there. 1, 2, 3. I was the third guy. I was teaching them innovation. Bloody hell.
You should be in the cabinet also, Prof.
Not say on the cabinet. That was my lost moment of fame.
You're not in the picture.
Apa tu?
You're not in the picture.
I wasn't in the picture. That's why, Azlina, I tell you, Azlina, the stories I can tell you, Chan, many of my friends don't believe me, They always think I'm kidding them, like, really? Really? They ingat macam tu lah, but they don't know that it's true. And then this photo come out, doesn't help my case at all lah. Mana dia? Cut. I think you can see a bit of my coat sleeve lah, maybe a bit. That's all. Chan, life is unfair lah, Chan. That's it lah. I'm going to join you at the beach.
Prof, I have two questions before you go to the beach.
What's more? I don't feel like answering questions because I remember that event.
Then you just share. You don't need to answer that. You just share based on your opinion.
I'm not happy lah.
Yes, Prof.
Now I have to wait for Anwar's birthday.
No, Agong's birthday first. Coming Sunday.
Yeah, lah. This Agong very fierce, lah, you know. Yeah. What's the question?
Okay, first of all, Prof, can you share based on your, I mean your words lah? How actually we differentiate between a businessman and entrepreneur? Actually, what are the main difference
Uh,
between them?
okay. Very simple. Uh, that's a very interesting, actually, that's quite a deep question. I don't know if you realize it's a deep question, but it's a question that I've addressed, you know, and I think I find a solution to some extent. I argue, as you know, when I say I argue, that means I'm right, lah. I argue that, I'm just using academic language. I argue that, okay, let me give you an example. An example is better for you to understand, right? Because sometimes I use big words. So, Pushpa has an idea. After the class, after her MBA, inspired totally by the lecturer who's teaching her creativity and innovation, she has an idea. She says, very good, lah, this idea. Very good idea. It meets all these whatever things lah, the requirements lah. So she starts the idea. So she starts, and she is successful. Pushpa's business is successful because of that one idea. She starts the business and she's running it. First year, second year, third year, running the same thing, building on that same business. After about, say, 5 years, what is she doing? She's still running the same business. The difference is it's grown. Maybe more branches, maybe this, that, whatever. It's grown, but running it based on that same idea. I argue that when she started, Pushpa was an entrepreneur. But at some point, she's now a business person. Right? Another example, AirAsia. AirAsia, what happened? They came with an idea that was there, but they have never been applied in Southeast Asia. They came and applied that idea. Boom, they run the idea. First they go to Vietnam, then they go to Philippines. Same idea, but hub and spoke. They keep growing and building it. So if we say Tony Fernandez, in this case, was an entrepreneur. But after 5 years and 10 years of running that, is he still an entrepreneur? No, he's now a businessman managing that business, right? But hey, hold on, what does he do? Suddenly he comes up with Tune Air. Suddenly he comes up with many new businesses, right? Remember or not? Tune Hotels. When he starts that and he builds on that, now he's become an entrepreneur again, almost like a serial entrepreneur. Today he starts something new. He's a serial entrepreneur. But as long as a person is running that same idea and building on it, after some time, and I don't know what time it is, but at some point in time, there are no more entrepreneurs anymore. Because an entrepreneur, how does his mindset work? It's adding something new with value, isn't it? And a novel idea. She had a novel idea. Pushpa had a novel idea, but now she's built it. And that's it. She's just stuck with it. She never came up with any more new ideas. So she's a business person now. That's how I understand it. That is why I say that entrepreneurship is what? Our understanding of it is that entrepreneurship is a mindset. It's not a state of being. It's not a state of being. So somebody says, oh, that guy, he opened up a shop or a stall, a burger stall. He's an entrepreneur. That's how the politicians talk. Because politicians don't know. He's an entrepreneur. Man, an entrepreneur. He's opened a burger stall. The other side's got a burger stall. The other side's a burger stall. Is he adding value? Is he adding value? Is he filling a gap? Asia, when they came here, they added value, they filled the gap. Isn't it? It's entrepreneurial.
Okay, understood, Prof. Then comes to my next second question. Sorry, Prof. Needs to make you think a bit because
No,
there's something that
no,
I'm
the answer
intrigued
I
to.
didn't have to think. I already knew. Tell me something. Ask me something that makes me think.
Prof, then I want to ask second question will be, how do you see business model innovation that actually can transform the, I would say, the boring or the dull business to become something while again in the market. So as an example, I give an example. So today I'm running a kedai runcit example. I take over from my dad, then I run this kedai runcit. I mean technically it's a very normal business, all that. But because after going through your class, so I have some innovation idea. So now I change it to okay. My biggest how to say, my challenge is to how I can make these people come to my shop every day. Example, because my hypothesis is if the people walk into my shop and they get the eyeballs or mind share or whatever you call it in the shop, ultimately they will buy something. I mean, they have high chance to buy something. They walk in, they will buy. So let's say I innovate the business model. Okay, how about I do like this? Okay, today every month you pay me, let's say 9 ringgit 99 cents, become my member. Every day you come to my shop between these hours, you will get a free egg. So as a consumer, you think, okay, I'm living nearby here. Every day I come to this hour, I take one egg. So 30 days, I will take 30 eggs, means one papan, one tray of egg. Currently, the cost one tray is about maybe 15 ringgit, 16 ringgit example. So some people they will join, some people they will not. So when they get those people join, I also will know 30 days, not every day they will come lah, because of raining lah, they have something emergency lah, they may not come. And although at the same time they come, then I have a high traffic, means they may
You're
purchase
trying to
other things
build
again.
that loyalty indirectly, right now, to make people
Okay,
come to
can
your
be said
place.
like that, but it's just I want to change the business model, that kind of things, to make it I'm a bit different with others, kedai runcit
Yeah,
or
yeah.
other
It's
things.
a simple issue of value proposition, adding
Okay,
value to your business that
okay.
somebody else is not doing. And by the way, that idea is already being done by Grab.
Yeah,
Grab,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah, no,
Understood.
Grab, you have to pay some
Mm.
money or something, $5 a month, then you get discount on your delivery lah. So why is Grab doing that? So that Grab will say, okay, you already made this investment with me that you're gonna pay every month. I can't remember what is it, $5 or something, $15. You pay $5. That means whether you use or don't use, you pay $5 to Grab, But when you do buy something from them, then the delivery charge goes down, right? So what they're trying to make it more the stickability, stickability. You keep coming and you will. There's a reason for you. I better buy from Grab because delivery charge is $7. But because I'm this, suddenly do you know that when I do that, sometimes my delivery is zero, sometimes it's 1 ringgit, delivery charge is very, very low, very low. And because they're trying to avoid you from going to Food Panda or whoever else is, they don't want you to go to them. So they're claiming that on the market. But if you really think about it, they're also very smart. I'm not mistaken. If I'm not mistaken, they are also making a percentage of the price from the supplier.
Yes, from merchant, yes, definitely.
So they are running it like the hypermarket those days. Hypermarket make from the supplier, make from the customer, make from everywhere, basically, that's their business model. So basically what you're saying is, what it
I
boils
mean, I
down.
mean, I mean, I mean, the big things I want to ask is like, is it the business model innovation will be actually one of the innovation that we can actually turn it something that because of the business model is something let's say last time we go to a shop, pick our items, then we pay, then we go. That's a business model that every day happen. But now we put in something different in the business model, something A, B, C,
I
something
wouldn't
like
use
that.
the word business model for that. You walk in, you
Okay,
pick something, you pay. That's not the
okay,
business
okay.
model. That's just the process. The business model,
Mm.
when you talk about a business model, is how will you make money? Where does the money come from, lah? You
Okay,
know.
maybe I give another example, but I'm not sure this one is relevant or not.
But from
This one
what you were
is
telling me just now,
yeah.
I'm suggesting that what you're saying is
Mm.
how to make people come to your business. That seems to be the question you're asking, right? So is that the
Uh,
question?
okay, maybe maybe I tweak a bit. I think that one is more on the marketing, the marketing strategy lah, I believe so. So the business model innovations in a certain way is like, so let's say I'm selling chicken, example lah. I'm selling chicken to B2B, but I know if it comes to B2B, I need to compete with other people. I mean, I need to compete with other competitors to supply the chicken. So for me, my business model, I tweak it. How about I run also a chicken rice shop? Example, I run a chicken rice shop because I can sell my chicken to my chicken rice shop. I mean, there's a supply chain in that sense. So technically, I know my chicken sure sellable one because who are going to buy is my chicken rice shop, example, or whatever lah, the chicken rice shop that I work together. Will they consider like business model innovation in that sense?
That's going upstream. Yeah, certainly. Nothing wrong with that. That's if let's say if it's innovative, but it's not unique lah, put it this way, but it's what you're doing is a lot of people do. They go upstream. Instead of just selling palm oil, then they're buying the estate. They go upstream. For example, instead of just doing construction, they go and make cement. They make cement.
Become the manufacturer or that.
So that's possible also, nothing wrong, because you're having more control over the supply chain, if you like, right? Having control, that's also is possible. But the question really is, whether it's been done before or if anyone else doing, or and what advantage will it give you, lah?
Okay.
But essentially, other than that, it's all about if you want people to come to your place, or if you want it to be entrepreneurial, it must be adding value and filling a gap. Filling a gap means it's currently not there, and the value is there, sufficient for people to do something, right? And then in addition to that, you can ask other questions like, what is my customer's interesting and important? Sangat penting. Too many people go and open something where just for the sake of opening, they just open. And then you know what? The customer, if you open a cafe, customers maybe say, yes, I feel like going. Maybe I don't want to go. Can also, right? Not. So your fortune relies on people like that. And people are very fickle. It's very difficult. Very fickle animals.
Okay.
Right? So the way to corner this, these are good questions, but the way to corner this is to first and foremost remember that entrepreneurship is a mindset. It's a way of thinking. It's not a way of being, right? Just because somebody is there sitting in a shop or a warehouse, he's an entrepreneur? No, 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 no. If you understand that, you will realize how weak our politicians are when they talk. They talk about keusahawanan. They wrongly understand it. They should talk about businessman, yes. Yeah, he's a businessman. Yeah, he's a businessman. Businessman everywhere. But is he an entrepreneur? Hey, hold on. Is he adding value? Is he filling a gap? It doesn't matter whether it's a big business or a small business. No, it doesn't matter. My student in class, my undergraduate student who's 20 years old, okay, with 20 ringgit in his pocket, is an entrepreneur. Is entrepreneurial. Why? Because he's looking for opportunities and looking for value and gap. Whereas across the street, in a tall building, right on top sitting the chairman who owns the whole business and the building worth $50 million, is not an entrepreneur. He's a businessman. He's just managing his business only. Right? But what will people tell you, Chan? Oh, that man, he's on top, he drive a BMW 7 Series, he's an entrepreneur. Student, no, I got 20 ringgit in his pocket, how he's just not an entrepreneur. No. My student with 20 ringgit in his pocket is thinking of how to add value and how to fill that gap because he came from my class. He's entrepreneurial.
I would say that one is because of the society perception and stigma like, in that
No,
sense. It's like
nonsense. It is because, and I'm telling you, our politicians are uneducated in this area. Okay? They just talk. Politicians, because politicians make policy and it affects the people. And the poor people out there being Grab drivers and delivery drivers and nonsense, right? The politicians, by right, I'm sorry to say this is being recorded.
Yes.
Yeah. I don't, honestly, Aslina, I don't know how they sleep at night. I don't know how they sleep at night. And all the
No,
young
I
people
think
out there,
I think because they have money, I think they can buy a lot of medications. So should be have a good sleep. Like,
No, they read your book.
should. I think so. I don't think so though. No, really lah. Aku rasa I'm very upset, because I'm thinking of the young people lah. They should be doing different things, like not this, and it's a waste. The main resource of any country is what's the main resource, the most important resource of any country
the
in the
human
world.
talent, the talent,
People.
the human capital.
It's between your ears. What's between your ears inside there? That is the most important resource, and you must develop that. Then the country will progress. But if you don't develop that, and it's a wasted resource. You look around the world, you can see that, right? So, it's something to think about. But it's something that I'm interested in, and yeah, we're going to look for more um, champions to champion this so that we can, inculcate this. People can learn. Good man. So, do you
Oh,
all understand or not the instruments, guys? Do you know how it works?
yep,
Right?
yep.
So
Good.
think about it, and try and see how you apply it. If you can apply it, it'll be good.
Prof, you should organize like something our class can do together. Maybe we can come up with some entrepreneurs from this class to do something.
Yeah, of course. That's the whole purpose. That is why I'm sharing this with you, because I'm thinking that, yeah, that's right. Yeah, you never know. But even if you don't do it, help somebody lah. Kan? Walaupun you tak buat. Never mind, maybe your uncle running a business, so you can help them.
But
Always.
but but it's also society perception. I think definitely after we have this MBA in entrepreneurship, when we go out to talk, we can become more atas a bit lah in that sense. Now we go to talk, people will look at us like, have you done any business? Have you ever do
Azina,
anything?
they are Pushpa learning this to be atas. How like that? I don't know lah. I don't, I don't know. I give up. But anyway, good questions though, Chan. I must say those are very good questions, very pertinent. And I wish we had more time to look at it. But anyway, we've done this one, the important part. I don't think it's up on your module, but later on I'll put it up so you have a copy as well. Okay. All right, guys. So if that's good, I will see you again next Tuesday. Will be the
Tuesday.
number what class? Fifth.
The last one, number 6,
Number six. Number six, we will start. I will give you a briefing probably on the
final.
assessment as well.
Okay.
Because that we will be giving you that classroom.